And this happens a lot when you, anytime you get both feet over the shoulder, all right? If your legs are loose for a second, he start to walk your foot away from me. He can like, his head gets free, right? When his head gets free, you don't want to hang on to his arm anymore. I'm basically just gonna like get a grip on his sleeve and fall to his hip. I just want to keep his arm inside of my leg here, right? So if he tries to turn in, I can keep him pinned on his back just by pulling up on his sleeve and covering his hips, right? And then what I want to do is I'm gonna, once I feel him start to like, try to push off, all right? So I'm gonna lean in, I'm gonna bring my leg over his head and yank up on his wrist to bring it back. And a lot of times you can catch the arm like right away. So it's like a quick, it happens quick. It's not like a super reliable move, but it's a good trick to have when your partner escapes, you're just barely hanging onto his wrist. So rather than like, if I were to hold on to the arm, so sit up, he's gonna end up on top, right? But if I bail on the arm and sit on his hips, right? Now I can use my foot on the floor here to lift my hips up. And I basically just wanna pull his wrist up. And a lot of times what's gonna happen is from here, push on my chest, he pushes with that hand, which allows you to pull his arm in and step back over the head, bring your knees in. You don't even have to fall back from here, just hip forward into the elbow. So a lot of times it'll look like this. His hands are tight. I separate, and he starts to get out. I just get a grip on his wrist, cover his hips. Now he feels like he's kind of out of the armbar. So as soon as he unlocks his hands, pull up on the wrist. I'm pulling it like up to my chest. My hips come up, and I'm just gonna jump my hamstring over his neck and curl. And here I can just pinch my knees and finish it right away. But bring your knees together and slowly try to finish it like sitting on his hips as opposed to falling back. Same thing if there's a big space here. I feed this through, I feel him start to scoot away. I'm just gonna catch his wrist, cover the hips. As soon as he unlocks his hands to try to escape, that's when hips come up. So I'm using my legs and hips to pull his arm up off the floor. Cover his neck with your hamstring. Bring your foot over, and then just pull. You don't need to grab anything, you just pull back on the sleeve and finish. So you can use this anytime your feet end up over the shoulder. As your partner starts to escape, just catch the wrist, cover the hips. As soon as he unlocks his hands, jump up. All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3.